Welcome back. We are listening to Rome Streetz and Conductor Williams Trainspotting. We're on track 8 and we're having a dark and dirty but good time. I mean, it's a great listen. So yeah, track 8, Heartbreaker. How can something so smooth be so distorted? Wonderfully sinister and compelling. Strangely, a bit of light relief at the end with the radio. But yeah, cracking, 9 out of 10. Track 9, 10 Toes. I think the sample's an old TV game show from the UK, but I can't quite place it. If anybody knows, let me know. You know, you could argue it's beginning to sound a little bit samey at this stage, and it does tempo-wise, but there's also always so much going on in the background. The tracks are too short for it to be dull. You know, nice to hear a guest appearance. Jay Worthy, who is worthy, did a grand job, 8 out of 10. Track 10, Connies Revenge, nice piano loop, very old school. Not a standout for me on this album anyway, 8 out of 10. Track 11, 99 Attributes. Sort of the most difficult albums for me to review these track by track, because all the tracks are ace, but there's not much difference between them two. So all the things I said before, you know, hypnotic, atmospheric, yeah, great 5 seconds of a loop, and the last 5 seconds is a great payoff when you actually finally hear a little bit more of that 2-second sample or whatever it is. Great song, 8 out of 10. Track 12, Joe Pesci, Jazz Groove. We're rapping about Goodfellas, Casino and The Irishman. Sounds good to these ears. No mention of Home Alone, strangely, which was my highlight for Joe Pesci. And then you hear the man at the end himself swearing. Who can argue with that? 9 out of 10. Track 13, Electric Slide. Bit different with the guitar, very experimental, and not 100% sure it works with Rome Streetz. Maybe we could have saved that for one of his other rappers. I could hear Boldy James doing something over it. He was felt like it was a little bit rushed, so not a highlight for me. 7 out of 10. You know, good on him for trying something different, right? And the 14th and final track, Resource Room. Back to the more mellow, jazzy feel, and a lovely way to end things on as high as he'll ever get, I guess. 8 out of 10. You know, overall, it's tight, consistent, and does exactly what the fans of Rome Streetz and Conductor Williams want. You know, atmospheric production, him spitting it out like he means it, which he does. You know, he's from the streets, that's for sure. Yeah, you know, is it a classic like Kiss of Ring? I'm not sure it is, or Kiss the Ring, should I say. It's not quite as good as that, but one that I will enjoy coming back to now and again, and a testament to the skills of both gentlemen. Hats off to them both. 8 out of 10. Please like and subscribe.